Wondering how to self-study effectively? Let me help you. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Ananya. If you're new here, please subscribe. Learning how to self-study can be difficult, but it is an essential skill. And of course, it's a great way of learning, but it's an approach that requires self-discipline. And I know that so many of you have your exams coming up and you all have to self-study. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing a step-by-step guide to self-study effectively. So if you're excited, give this video a big thumbs up and let's get started. Now, the process of self-study can be divided into two phases, and that is planning and execution. Okay, so the first step of planning is to know your goals. Now, having a clear idea of where you want to go before starting with your studying is going to really help you and keep you motivated throughout the entire process. Having a clear goal in mind helps you to focus on the things you actually want to accomplish, and it also helps you to decide which materials are worth studying and which are not. Now, if you're preparing for your upcoming board exams, you know that studying textbooks and solving relevant sample papers is going to be the best for you. But if you're just generally studying to learn something new, of course it's important to find out all the resources available. Now, step 2 is to look for the right resources. Now, you have to find out the best resources and learning material for your studying. And of course, you can look for resources on the internet because there are loads of them available. And by resources, I simply mean the textbooks that are recommended by your teachers, online courses, sample papers, YouTube videos, articles and blogs, whatever is required by you. And since you are going to be self-studying, it's important that you find all the resources possible. And since I know most of you guys are from class 12, I have made so many videos regarding the good resources that you can use, from textbooks to YouTube videos to sample papers. And since sample papers are going to be a very important studying resource for you, I want to let you know about Oswald Book's CBSE sample question papers for class 12 term 2 exam. Now, this sample paper book right here is for the subject accountancy and includes 15 sample papers, 5 of which are solved and 10 self-assessment papers. Don't worry, the solutions are available on their website. This book contains the latest typology of questions that has been specified by CBSE in their latest sample paper that was released in January 2022. And as I've always said, the more questions you practice, the better. And especially with sample papers, get your hands on as many resources as possible. It will really help you for your board exams. Another really good thing about this book is that it also has on the tips notes as well as revision notes for quick revision. You can easily skim through the chapters and start solving the sample papers. And it also has mind maps for better learning. This sample paper book is available in all the subjects like English, Maths, Business Studies and Economics for your better preparation of the board exam. Oh, by the way, you can also get free e-assessments of Oswald 360 based on the latest typology of questions as per CBSE term 2 syllabus. So yeah, what are you guys waiting for? Definitely get your hands on these sample papers. The link is in the description. I'm sure it will help you a lot for the upcoming exams. Now, once you've figured out what you have to study, the next step is obviously to decide when you will study what. So basically, it's important to divide your time and make a timetable that you will follow strictly. Obviously, it's not the best thing to cram all the information just one day before the exam. So instead, spread out all your learning material throughout a few weeks and months and make a timetable around this that works for you. Now, obviously, since you guys know that your exams are coming up in, let's say, 2 months, you can easily form a timetable so that all your syllabus is covered in this limited period of time. And make sure that you are dividing time not just for studying the entire material but also revising it and practicing sample papers for the same. Now, moving on to the next and the most important phase of self-studying, that is the execution. Don't waste too much time on planning, just get started. Now, the first step in execution, which I believe works for pretty much everyone, is to watch videos and lectures about the topic you're studying. Now, watching videos is a very good and effective way to understand whatever you're studying, and I would actually recommend you to watch videos before you actually start reading the textbook, because when you already sort of have an idea of what the chapter is like and you understand most of the things in the videos, reading the chapter becomes much easier and also quicker. And videos help you to absorb all the information quickly. And especially if you're someone who does not understand by simply reading, this is the best go-to method for you. And as I said, you will literally find hundreds of videos on YouTube regarding the topics, and I'm sure you will be able to understand pretty much all the concepts from there. And the next step, as I said, is reading the material, that is the textbooks, articles, etc. Obviously, this goes without saying, reading is literally the most basic way of studying. But now when I say read the information, that doesn't mean just passively going through the pages. You really have to understand and go into the details and depth of what you're trying to learn. And there are a few ways that you can make your reading much more effective. Firstly, you can start off by asking yourself questions while reading the chapter. Imagine what kind of questions the teacher would ask from that particular topic. Note them down. This will eventually help you in revising as well, because instead of reading the entire chapter, you can directly go through the questions. And obviously, this keeps your mind engaged and also helps you to understand the gaps in your knowledge. If there's something you probably don't understand or can't answer, you can read more about it. Now, the next way of reading your material could be by taking notes and highlighting simultaneously. This helps you to keep your mind alert while studying, and also you can refer back to important topics that you have highlighted instead of again going through the entire chapter. But be careful to not rely too much on highlighting, because studies show that it gives a sense of false comprehension. You're probably just going through it but not understanding the chapters. So make sure that you're actually actively engaging your mind while highlighting as well. And don't overdo the highlighting part, only highlight what's important. Again, while reading, if you find certain topics to be difficult or you didn't understand them in one go, note them down somewhere, because again, when you revise, you know that these topics were difficult or you faced confusions, so you can revise these subtopics again. And over here, another very effective method is to explain whatever you read in your own words. Go through the topic and explain the concept. That way you will also understand if you understood the concept or not. And finally, the last but the most important step of self-studying, after you've read the chapters and understood all the concepts, is to practice active recalling. So basically, active recalling, I've mentioned this in my previous videos as well, is also known as the testing effect. It's basically a learning technique in which you retrieve the information that you previously studied from your long-term memory by questioning and quizzing yourself using sample papers, flashcards, questions you've written down. You actually have to make an extra effort to think about what you'd studied before to answer the questions. And through active recalling, there are a lot of other learning methods that you actually work on, like your memory, critical thinking, and reasoning as well. And of course, these learning skills are extremely important for you. And yeah, with that, I completed my entire step-by-step guide to study effectively. This entire study routine has worked for me perfectly, because I was never the person who liked to go to tuitions or coachings. And I know that all of you guys have your exams coming up or are probably even giving your pre-boards. So all the best for your exams. I know you all are going to kill it. And with that, if you made it till here, comment these emojis. And thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you guys found it extremely helpful. If you did, then don't forget to hit the like button and also subscribe to my channel. Share this video with your friends. Follow me on Instagram. And until next time, bye.